Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola from the west side. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Shouts out. I am simulcasting tonight on the Twitter as well as on YouTube. So if you have a Twitter account, follow me on Twitter. It is the Purple Diva DC on Twitter because, well, my original Twitter account got hacked, DCZ Purple Diva. So nobody can use that on Twitter now. And as long as nobody else can use it, I'm good. But let me come on camera. All right. We are on camera now for tonight. And we're going to get started with everything. And shouts out to the replay crew. If you watch this on the replay on YouTube, you can leave a super thanks. And if you are watching this on Twitter, you can also send me a Cash App if you like the content. The Cash App is going across the bottom of the screen. Cash App is $DC the Purple Diva. So now we're going to start off. I have my little libation for tonight. Tonight we have a little Stella Rosa Black, a nice dark red wine, good for the heart. So we're going to start out tonight. We're going to start off talking about the Shanquilla Robinson situation and give an update on what's going on with that. So there had been pretty much no movement in regards to that case, and it was really just pissing me off, to be quite frank. that this black woman's um, death that we saw being perpetrated via video all over the freaking internet, that there was no justice for her. And hashtag justice for Shanquilla Robinson. So now we now have Ben Crump, who has signed on, along with the help of one of my sorors, who is also an attorney that is going to be helping with pushing this through. She literally went to Mexico to find out what was going on, because there was like nothing going on. The family was getting absolutely no assistance from the State Department, from anyone on the U.S. side. So this attorney went down to Mexico and found out that Mexico has finished their investigation, and they have who they believe is the perpetrator of the unaliving of Shanquilla Robinson. And that person is out here along with the other people who were associated, living their lives, gone back to work and everything like nothing's going on. And the U.S. government is allowing this to happen. Sorry, you guys, I've got to put a little little shine on my lips. So we are now at the point where we need President Biden to get involved. We need Vice President Kamala Harris, who graduated from an HBCU, as did this young lady, to get involved in either. Here's the thing. The United States has two choices in this matter. They either are going to allow these people to be extradited over to Mexico and stand trial over in Mexico. And we all know that the laws in Mexico are very, very different than they are here in the United States. In Mexico, you are guilty until proven innocent. It's very different. That's the way that it works there. That's my preference for where they should be held accountable, or they need to hold them accountable in this country. At this point, this young lady died on October the 29th of 2022. That's over 100 days ago. And the only reason that the perpetrators are not in custody is because of our federal government. Yet if this was like with Natalie Holloway, the whole world would be on top of this. And we have videotape footage of this girl being unalived, of the events that led up to her being unalived. And this just goes to prove the point of when it is a black woman they don't care. Much more was done in regards to the recent Tyree Nichols unaliving. They're
they've all been, they've all been fired, and are being treated as, going through the judicial process. We've known, and that happened this year. Imagine that. That happened this year in 2023. This happened last year. We are still waiting. And the person who they think is the person who unalived her is none other than Dejanay Jackson. The one that we all thought it was. I know they were trying to push it off on the Winter chick, but Dejanay Jackson. So why isn't this woman behind bars? Why hasn't this woman and her co-conspirators been extricated to Mexico? What are we doing, United States government? But Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, I guess, unless you're a black woman. Is that what it is? Black Lives Matter unless you're a black woman. Because we're still waiting for justice. This young lady was... My son is older than this girl. This young lady was in her 20s. This is crazy. It's insane what happened. And it's insane that we still have nothing. No one is in custody. And if the family had not just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and I'm glad that they are. This is insane. We should not... Those people should not be walking around free, living their lives. None of them should be. They should be going through the judicial process right now, proving that they're innocent. Why aren't they in Mexico? Why aren't they in Mexico? Why is our government putting roadblocks in front of justice for Shanquilla Robinson? Why are they doing that? And thank God that Ben Crump is involved now, because maybe he is going to use all of his influence to get a meeting. He said today he was going to be meeting with the State Department to find out what the F is going on. I mean, this is so freaking ridiculous. But yeah, I shouts out to the D9 members that are involved in this case. We have a lot of attorneys that are in the Divine Nine. A Delta, and I believe Ben Crump, is he a member of Omega Psi Phi? I'm sure that if he's not, whichever fraternity he's a member of will come in. Let me look on my other device. Let me see. Fraternity. Let me see what fraternity he's in. Did I get it right? Yeah, he's an Omega. I figured that he was an Omega because the female attorney that's working with him is a Delta, so you know. Shouts out to DST. and Omega Sci-Fi, and they are actually calling they are calling all of the Divine Nine to get involved in this. I don't believe that this young lady was a member of the Divine Nine. You know, because if she was, they would have already let us know that. 1 second, let me put this back on. Okay. As I said, I am streaming on 2 different platforms tonight. We're streaming both on Twitter, and we are streaming on YouTube tonight. Next time I'm going to stream on, I think I'll probably stream on Facebook along with YouTube. You know, although I can go live on TikTok, I haven't gone live on TikTok yet, but we have to start. We got to start talking about the Shanquella Robinson case again, because I want to see if the mainstream media picks this back up. If they don't, they need to. You know, I need to see this on CNN. You know, I need to see this on the major networks. I need to see this on TV. I need to see this. I don't want to just see this on YouTube. And God bless us on YouTube, because we kept it going. Hey, Peace Love. We kept it going. But this young lady has not gotten justice, and the people who unalived her are walking around free. There is video evidence. Are you trying to tell us that we didn't see what we saw? Is this another Rodney King experience? Like, what? U.S. government? Why are you blocking justice for this young woman? Either you try the case here in the United States, or let these people go over to Mexico and get the fair trial that they deserve. They don't deserve innocent until proven guilty trial. They need a Mexican trial, and they need to be in a Mexican jail. They committed the crime in Mexico. And in this case, I love the way the Mexican law is: you are guilty until proven innocent. But Ben Crump, and I wish I could remember my soror's name, that took the trip down to Mexico and is assisting in this case. They put out a call to all of the Divine Nine. They definitely called out Vice President Kamala Harris, but they call it everyone in the other organizations. Ben is an Omega. He's calling out his Omega brothers. They calling out the AKAs. They calling out the Alphas. They calling out, Sigmas, the Zetas, SG Rose. And especially the sororities. As I said, I don't believe that this young lady was a member of the Divine Nine, but she didn't have to be. She was a black woman whose death needs to be, needs justice for it. Hey, James. You would think it was an open and shut case, but apparently it isn't, because the U.S. government is not extraditing these people over to Mexico. They are being a stumbling block to the family. And, you know, so now they have Ben Crump helping them. You know, they had to get a high-powered attorney, unfortunately. You know, fortunately, you know, I'm sure he's not getting paid what he would normally get paid. But this is what we're talking about. This just happened today. They're going to DC with this. They're going to DC and they're going to the State Department. Need to find out what the FBI is doing. You know, and Vice President Harris, this young woman went to an HBCU just like you. She's a black woman just like you. And we need to get justice for this young lady. And apparently we have to take it to the highest office in this land. Hello, President Biden. That would be you. Maybe you could actually do something instead of give lip service to black Americans. Stop giving us lip service, sir. You know, because clearly you plan on running again. And it looks like it's going to be you against 45. Lord have mercy. You know, I guess you thought your only job was just to get rid of 45, but no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. You thought you didn't owe black Americans anything, and you know that we got your white behind in the White House. And you know that the Divine Nine really helped you. Hello, sir. We helped so that we would have a Divine Nine member make history. You know, because President Obama was not a member of the Divine Nine, nor will he ever be. Just for those who, think that it never gonna happen. Neither will his wife, because obviously, first of all, she went to a school that had no Greek organizations, which is the reason why my soror, Angela Bassett, came in through the honorary system, because she also went to Yale. Schools like Harvard and Yale, they don't have us on campus. We're not on their campuses for whatever reason. I believe Obama belonged to that same organization that almost every president before him belonged to. What is it? Skulls and Bones Society. Yeah, those fraternal organizations on Harvard's campus, they're into some interesting stuff. But, this is really, black people, we got to stand up in arms, because, even when the world stood up for us, we're still being unalived, and nobody cares, even when it's on freaking film. Freaking film. It's on film. And these people are still walking around almost 6 months later, free as a bird. Now, I'm sure their consciences are heavy. And if they aren't, they better be. They better be. Like, what? How could you have done the heinous acts that y'all did and then still be cool with living your life? That takes somebody who has absolutely no conscience, sociopaths. Are you guys sociopaths? Is that what you guys are? That you could just freely continue to live your life like y'all didn't do something or allow something to happen to this other woman? I'm just saying. So I pray that Mr. Crump's involvement is going to make a difference. But it's sad that we literally have to jump up and down and kick and scream and do all of these things. But, we don't, our women and girls don't get that same attention as a Natalie Holloway, disappearance did. Now, if she was blonde hair and blue eye, we wouldn't even be talking about this, because whoever had done it, especially if they were on film, they'd already, it would be done deal by this point. But no, I don't understand what the holdup is. I don't understand. I'm totally confused by this. And I know that family this has to be a living hell for them. Totally a living hell. All right, so now I'm going to talk about a couple of other things. So it is Women's History Month. And this is not going to really mean a whole bunch to those who are listening in from on other platforms. Peace, love. I thought I had made you a moderator, sis. Hold up. Okay, I made you a moderator. Okay. And I need Miss Mahogany to come drop down in my chat next time she's online, because I don't know how to make her a managing mod when she's not in the chat. But so it's Women's History Month, and I'm just watching the madness that is YouTube, and I'm so sorry to those who are listening to this part of the live on Twitter. If you're listening to this on replay, you can just kind of skip through this part. It won't be long. It won't be long. So, but contrary to women being together here on the YouTube app, hey Terry, we've got women who are dragging each other for filth, cussing each other out, making mockeries of childhood traumas because they think it's going to trigger somebody, you know, and it's probably not going to trigger the person who you are aiming it at, but it may trigger other people on the platform, but I know you don't give an F. Clearly, I'm like, I'm watching how these women are acting on here. I mean, we've got a woman who may or may not have had a child and then immediately went back to driving trucks. You know, we have women who have been up on their lives, um, twerking and doing all kinds of dancing where children may be nearby. You know, and some of the things that people are doing is kind of just makes me kind of wonder. I'm like, well, damn, was when I was a young mom or younger mom, was I out there acting wilding out like this? Because I mean, the majority of these the people that we're talking about, I mean, they're everybody's under the age of 45. I'll say some are like in their early 40s, most, but some are in their 30s. We got a few people that are in their 20s, but the people in their 20s, well, they don't ever come on camera. So, but now we have all of this madness going on. People going back and freaking forth, doxing each other, doxing where people live, doxing people's real names off of YouTube, doxing members of family who are not even on the freaking platform. I'm just, and then we've got people on here questioning other people's mothering skills. Now here's the thing, and I'm gonna try to say this, as nicely as possible. We don't know these people, and you really don't know anything other than what you see for whatever period of time that you see it, or whatever period of time that you may hear, or whatever. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on in other people's households. So how are we to be the judge? And everybody clearly is given a fantasy of what they want it to be on here. Some things are real, some things are fake, some things are storylines, is what I'm finding out. hmm because the one that was twerking online, or doing some inappropriate things. Well, I'll just say things that you probably shouldn't be doing while you're live, um, and potentially with your kids in the next room. Doing a tour. And clearly with all these merging and purging of all these different sectors, people do things very differently depending on where they are. Okay? Because I guess, the ones down in the dirty South in Texas, yeah, most three, they on some other stuff. hmm But the one thing we can say is they don't have a problem camming up now, do they? Meanwhile, we got some folk that they don't want you to see what they really look like. I don't know why. As you can see, when I come on camera, The avatar is me. I am the avatar. We are the same person. The avatar is not a picture of me 500 years ago. No, not at all. But I mean, I'm just watching all of this going on. I was like, maybe it's just on this on this platform, but it's just funny how we just don't get. It's like women don't they, and I guess you can't really expect it when we're really internet strangers for the most part. I mean, a lot of people we haven't met in real life, but the way that people just drag people and dox people and do all kinds of stuff, it's like, well, if you don't really know these people, why are y'all like doing stuff to the death? It's like, what the F is going on? And why is everyone so freaking invested in what you're doing? I guess is to have a storyline. I guess it's to have storylines, because you can't think of content any other way. Okay. I guess, hell, I'm old, so, I'm not into that stuff anyway, but even if I wasn't, like, why y'all doing this? What is the path? What is the end goal of the dragging? Because you can only do it for so long, or maybe that is going to be your content. But maybe that's how you're going to run it. Interesting enough. All right, moving right along. So, Creed 3 came out today, and I saw it today. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but here's what I'm going to say. It's different from the other two movies in that this really kind of deals with the history of his life before he came to live with Apollo's wife, a la Felicia Rashad's character. And the thing that I did appreciate in this movie that they did is that they mentioned the other children, because those of you who are have watched all of the Rocky films, y'all know that Apollo had kids with his wife. And when the Creed movies came out, it was that the way that it circled around him, like the other kids didn't exist. But in this movie, he talks about, I guess, the relationship or lack thereof relationship he had with his half siblings, who had actually grown up, with their dad. But let me see. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to see. I think I lost it. I see. Something happened. No, it looks like it's still going. My connection went away. That's weird. Something's going on. Let me see something. On Twitter. And I need to make sure that Twitter is still going. Okay, so let me see. Okay, it looks like it's going. It looks like it's going, but it's not allowing me to go into the chat. Okay. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that it's going, because we got to make sure that our connections are going on all platforms. But the new Creed movie is I think that it's good. I think it's very good, actually. It gives you a whole different side of the character, and I believe that Michael B. Jordan produced this one. This takes Creed out of being, a part of the Rocky story. It's now rolling into his own story. He's in this movie. He's no longer in Rocky's shadow, as he was in the first two movies. That was his introduction, but now he's rolling on his own. So it's definitely worth going to see. It's definitely worth seeing in the theater so that you can get the full effect of the fight scenes. If you've got a big screen connection at home, you've got the good surround sound, and you've got the connection to be able to see it, via fire stick or whatever, then you can probably get a good sound, but it's obviously not going to be the same as the theater sound. But yeah, this is something that I would say, just as we did with Wakanda Forever, this is something that I would say, let's go to the theater and support the movie. I still think that Michael B. Jordan is corny for remembering the girl who bullied him in high school or grade school or wherever. Now that he's a big star, and I believe she was interviewing or something, and he remembered who she was. That's just some soft stuff. That's soft. Yeah, I'll say soft for that one. Yeah, he's soft for that. Definitely soft for that. Definitely soft for that. But overall, I was very pleased with the movie. The music, soundtrack was good because that's part of what I'm looking for when I'm watching a movie. I listen to the music, because maybe one day I'll have some music in a movie. That dream is still in the making. So, but let me see if David wants to come in. I'm surprised he hasn't come in here and busted in. Dave, do you want to come in? See, he's ear hustling, y'all. He's always ear hustling. Come on in and say hi. Say hi, y'all. Say hi, YouTube, and hi, Twitter. Say hi, Twitter. Hi, YouTube. Okay. All right. Yep, he came on in here and said hey to you guys. So that is my son. He is like 6, and he's in the background now. Close the door. Close the door. He's like 6'4". I don't know. He's way taller than me, and I'm not short. I'm not short, y'all. I am 5'9". So, but you know, he's taller than his dad. That's for daggone sure. His dad is he's at least two inches taller than his dad. He's almost looking my dad in his face. So that's why I said he's about 6'4". Oh, y'all. So if you watch Netflix, take a look at the new some more Netflix special. Those of us who are YouTubers will get a kick out of it because she does a segment on Kevin Samuels, y'all. And she's doing this segment after his death. Okay? But she's talking about the kind of women that called into his show. She talks about his cologne and everything. I'm like, damn, some more. You was watching yourself some Kevin Samuels. She was watching. It's like if you like I'm saying, content creators who are aware of Kevin Samuels, but that just tells you that whether you liked or disliked Kevin Samuels, he did actually get bigger than YouTube. He was on his way. He just should have been taking better care of his health. And I'm saying that very seriously. And it was proven after his death that he actually was a member of the Divine Nine. He really was a Kappa. So he really was a Kappa. Which explains why he was so daggone cocky. Because I'm gonna tell you, it could be the ugliest Kappa in the world, and he's still gonna think he's the finest man in the world. And I'm not saying that Kevin Samuels was ugly. He just wasn't my taste. What am I gonna do with a little skinny man? But it explains why he was so daggone cocky, because they are. I don't know a Kappa that don't think that they pretty, even if they not. And I'm saying that with all seriousness. Okay. Hey, uppity unicorn. You were married to one? Well, I'll just say that I have dated a few Kappas. I dated a few Kappas. Yeah. And the only one that I would have considered marrying was the one I dated when we were in high school. And we didn't never really date as adults. We've been friends as adults, but it was just a high school. But there was a couple of other. One Kappa I was actually engaged to, but didn't marry. Yeah, I was engaged to one. That was when I was in college too. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I never. You know, I, on one hand, I'm sad that I didn't, you know, get with someone who was Greek, and on the other hand, I'm glad that I didn't. On the one hand, because any man that I've been with, they never understood the sorority stuff and everything, and thankfully for them, I'm not one of at least I will say, since after I've had my my child, so for like the last 28 years, I haven't been as crazy as I was when I was younger. But like even after I was married, I was still involved. Like, I was an officer in the graduate chapter. I made several lines and was part of intake, and a graduate went to regional conventions and all that stuff. But y'all, I'm 60, and it's time for me to get back into that stuff. Because now that I've reached a certain age, see, then we're able to cut up more at the conventions and everything, because they just say, yeah, they older, you know. But really, they say it's like at 62, but I'm saying it's at 60. We're just gonna put it that now that I'm 60, I can just I can cut up when I go to convention, because I will be 40 years a member of Delta Sigma Theta this year. You know, but I'm not paraphernalia Pete. You know, like, y'all barely know that I'm a Delta. Y'all barely know. My attitude tells you that I'm one. you know, uh, you know, the fact that I like purple kind of gives you a hint, and everything. But I, you know, this is YouTube. This is not the real world. So in the real world, I'm different probably about it. But even in the real world, outside of stuff that has to do with sorority business, I'm with four. It's not sorority business, you know. But I've got cool connections. I mean, I have a publishing company that I can go to when when my book is being published, that is run by a Delta and an AKA. Okay, so that helps. Brown Girls Publishing. If I've ever heard of that company, it is run by a Delta and an AKA who happen to be best friends, and they're both best-selling authors. You know, but I mean, here in my office, even though you guys can't see it, I think sometimes I'll show it when I do my little shorts. I got Delta stuff that's over here somewhere. I got my Fortitude. I got some other stuff that says Delta. I got T-shirts. I got elephants. If you like, for people who come in my house, they see they're elephants. Yeah, they're elephants. Elephants. I probably not as crazy as when I was younger, but yeah, there are elephants in every room. Just about. There's elephants in this room, elephants in the living room, elephants in my bedroom, elephants in the hallway. Uh, yeah, yeah. Elephant in the bathroom, the master bathroom, and yep, elephant in the guest bathroom down here too. The only one that there's not is my son's, for obvious reasons. That's his bathroom, and I'm not putting my stuff in his bathroom. But everywhere else, Yeah, my elephants have been distributed throughout the house. you know, there's little hints around that I'm a member of a Divine Nine organization. You know, my family's full of people that are members of the Divine Nine. My dad is an Alpha. You know, my mother was GDI because she went to Xavier, and when she was in college back in the 50s, yeah, we all got kicked off of Xavier University's campus for hazing. So she didn't have the opportunity to pledge in college, but her best friends were both Deltas who had pledged to Alpha chapter. So her friends, that's who I was around growing up. I think I was around a few AKAs, and I have a great aunt that is a Zeta, and then I have another aunt that is a SG row. I've got a cousin that's a SG row on my mom's side. I don't understand why, because nobody in my mom's family is in SG row. We're all either Deltas or AKAs. Yeah, but you know, it made me and my cousin, one of my other cousins, her who are this cousin. We're first cousins. We were like, girl, why would you do that? We were just like, but you know what? She's diehard for her SG row, and I've seen, her line sisters. They still really good friends and everything, so that's good for her. But I'm the only one of my siblings that is in a Divine Nine organization. Neither my sister or brother, pledged. I'm the only one. Me and my dad. Me and my dad. And me and my dad's birthdays are 5 days apart. Okay, so there you go. The two Aquarians, we were the ones. We were the ones that went through that nonsense, to get to the higher goal. Because, you know, you know, when I pledged, it was before there was no pledge process, according to all of the Divine Nine. None of us have a pledge process. Okay, yeah, we don't on paper. And I'll just say that I'm not losing my pen, so I've never seen, any of this unsanctioned stuff that folks are out there doing. And, you know, if y'all want to do unsanctioned stuff, go right ahead. But just know that you might lose your pen to whichever organization that you belong to. hmm Let's see. Yeah. Everything is underground now. So whatever they doing, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Like Mario Wine says, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You know, but I have a very, because I still live in the same general area of where I went to undergrad. We still have a very good relationship with the undergraduate sorority sisters, and help with, like, they're starting a foundation, you know, which is a good thing because I remember when the grad chapters started foundations and started all these departments and everything. And I'm like, they're doing all of this stuff at the college level now. And it wasn't even a thought back when I pledged. It wasn't a thought until the next decade. But we still have a good relationship with the ladies that are still matriculating at the school. And they actually had a step show last week. I wasn't able to go because I wasn't. I was like, y'all know I went to USC, and USC is in the hood, even though they bought up everything around there. It's still the hood. Yes, it is. It's the hood, and I wasn't gonna be over there at night. It's not my part of town. It's not my hood anymore. Now, when I was in school and everything, that's a whole different situation. But that's not my hood anymore. So, no. But yeah, if they doing anything that they shouldn't be doing, I don't know nothing. But you know, one of my fans is involved in the intake process and was involved in the intake process for the sorors at our undergrad chapter. So I'm pretty sure that she ain't let them do nothing to get themselves in trouble, because I'll just say that even though it's unwarranted at this point, my undergraduate chapter is known for being a hazing chapter. And it was warranted at one point. It was warranted at one point, but it is no longer warranted, And I mean, the chapter is going to be 100 years old next year. 100 years old. Is one of the oldest chapters on the West Coast. Actually, one of the oldest chapters in the entire country of Delta Sigma Theta. So, but there are 3 single letter chapters of Delta Sigma Theta on the West Coast at PWIs. And I came through one of them. The 3 single letter chapters of my sorority on the West Coast is USC, UCLA, and Berkeley. And they are, USC is Upsilon chapter, UCLA is Pi chapter, and Berkeley is Kappa. Yep. Interesting. Yep. I don't forget stuff like that. It's like they make you remember stuff, and that's the interesting thing. People think that when we have to learn all of that stuff when we are coming into the organizations. Like, they don't understand. Once you learn that information, you never forget that information. Like, why would you want to forget the history of the organization? You remember that stuff. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I just had to get on here, give y'all, my stuff. Hey, Bonnie, give y'all my 411 on what I thought about Creed. Definitely go take a look at the that some more comedy special. Some more. I like some more. I think she's funny. She's not everybody's Stilo, but if you are a YouTuber, the part that she did on Kevin Samuels, you will enjoy. And she's pretty much on point about everything she's saying, which tells me she was watching him. She was watching him. So that was really, really interesting. So this weekend, I will be putting out the coffee talk on infertility and Black women. I'm going to try to put out a Hispanic Heritage Month spotlight on the late singer Selena, because one of my favorites, okay? And, so trying to put something out as far as women, and then trying to put out, something for Hispanic heritage over this weekend. Those are the two things I'm trying to put out. I'm also going to be putting out another spoken word short over on the Purple Diva Den. So be looking for that. And I will be back on live on Monday. Now, I might come live this weekend, y'all. I'm not sure. People seem to think that they're going to have the streets in flames over the weekend, dragging each other back and forth. We're going to see how that goes. I don't see the point. Yeah. Because if all you're gonna do is just drag somebody for hours and hours and hours, and there's no end goal to it, it doesn't make sense. Oh, you guys, I know what I forgot. How I didn't forget it. I just was trying not to talk about it. So I'm just gonna talk about this real quick. Jaguar Wright. You'd have to be under a rock. Now, at this particular point, those of us on YouTube consider Jaguar Wright just she's another YouTube content creator, okay? Because she's perpetrating all of this stuff. Now she has her own platform and everything. But Jaguar Wright is showing you that mental health is a real issue. It is very evident that this young lady has some mental things going on. But despite the mental things that are going on, she knows exactly what the F she's doing, okay? Everything she's doing, she is doing purposely. She may not be thinking about the consequences of what she's doing, but it is purposeful. She has purposely destroyed her marriage. She's delusional about her importance. She keeps getting herself put in custody. And now, according to Sean Davy Way, they are trying to put her away. Okay? And I'm not talking about in jail. I'm talking about putting her away because Texas is tired of her calling the mayor's office, doing all of these stunts down at the police department, making slanderous statements about local businesses. And now, I got cousins that live in the city of DeSoto, which is, right outside of Dallas. They not playing in DeSoto, It's a nice mixed area, but they not playing. They not playing in Texas at all. But yeah, she needs to be on her meds. She is clearly not on her medication. Clearly. Now, I don't know if she doesn't like how the meds make her feel. She needs to be on some type of medication, because she does not know how to take care of herself. I'm like, apparently, when she was talking about this stuff, that her husband had taken all of her money, he hadn't taken her money. The money was in the bank. She don't know how to use the mobile app to get to the money. Apparently, he was assisting her, and she don't really have all that money. He does. He got money. She was in a good situation. She didn't really have to work. He was putting in the money for her dollar, Delphia, and all of that stuff. But that's all gone. This man is on his way out the door. Okay? And they trying to 5150 her. Put her in a hole. And according to Sean, allegedly, they want to do more than a 72-hour hold. Now, generally, the 72-hour hold, for those of you who know about the mental health, that's 72-hour hold is generally something that you can put yourself on, or you can put yourself in there. But this isn't that one. No, they trying to put her away, and maybe conserve. But again, she don't have no money, and the voice that she had is gone. She smoked it away with all them cigarettes that she smokes. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys in these YouTube streets, and I will be back on Monday in real time. Let me just pull up. Okay, so I'll see you guys until the next time. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for those on Twitter. Peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out, you guys. See y'all next week. Peace. Bye, you guys.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.